Morning, profitable traders. Welcome to the market color session. Today being the 28th of May, 2025. So good to have each and every one of you around. I'd like to kindly crave my indulgence, kindly share the link to this market color session with everyone on our various social media platforms so that this can get to as many people as possible. Good morning, Mr. Shea. Such a pleasure to have you here. So for this segment of market color session, I will be analyzing the XY, GPP USD, and Euro USD. Right after that, CJ will be coming up for his analysis on gold and the yen basket. I always like to start from the monthly time frame on the XY, and as seen right here, nothing has really changed for the past couple of weeks, right? The XY is maintaining its bullish direction, and all we just saw right here was a sweep of this liquidity right here. So nothing has really changed on the weekly time frame, and on the monthly time frame rather. On the weekly time frame, as seen right here, we were actually speculating that we wanted to see a retracement in price. Of course, price tapped into this very level right here, this fair value gap, and we saw some push to the downside. Of course, right here, we saw some retracement into this very fair value gap right here on the daily time frame. Although I was speculating that price was going to trade all the way into this very order block at 102.801 on the daily time frame. But all we saw price do was tap into this very fair value gap right here. We've seen some push to the downside. Where do I see price trading into? I am speculating that price should clear out this very low at 97.861 on the daily time frame. Moving down to the 4-hour time frame, keeping this most recent swing from point A to point B right here, I can fully say that price only retraced into 78.6% feed level, held at that point, and we're seeing some reaction of that level. And narrowing down to the 1-hour time frame, pretty much the same thing. Price retraced into 78.6% feed level, held at that point, and we're seeing some push to the downside. If I'm interested in taking the sell on DXY, seeing that my buyers for DXY is a sell, I am going to narrow down to the 5 minutes time frame and look out for the classic box pattern. I can actually spot one right here, although it's looking like this has already left us, right? Shoulder at 99.794, sweep to the upside. We've seen it break to the downside, and we've seen price returning into this very left shoulder at 99.794, and you're seeing some reaction of this level. If I'm not already in this trade, what do I want to do? Price should tentatively, retrace into this very other block right here at 99.775. Right, this has already happened. Price has tapped into this very left shoulder, and we're seeing some push to the downside. So my bias for the XY for today is actually sell. Right, since that has left us already, we could actually be waiting out for a retracement to join the sell on the XY. And for GPP USD, monthly time frame, the overall direction is to the downside. And on the weekly time frame, we've seen price taking out this very high right here on weekly time frame, narrowing down to the daily time frame. On daily time frame, fibbing this most recent swing from point A to point B, right? I'd want to see price retrace into discount OT 61.8% fib level or 78.6% fib level. 61.8% fib level because there is another block right here on daily time frame, and of course we know that this is going to take place over a period of time. Long term, I want to see price retracing into 61.8% fib level, coinciding with this very other block right here at 1.32999. And down to the 4-hour time frame, what am I looking at for today? I am going to be fibbing this most recent swing. This is a buy swing from point A to point B. Price from point A to point B, right? Price retraced into 61.8% fib level. There is a fair value gap right here, point of interest and 61.8% fib level. We've seen price holding at this very point right here on the 4-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, pretty much same thing. We traced into 61.8% fib level. There's a fair value gap right here. We saw price tapping into this very level, and we're seeing price holding, and we're seeing some push to the upside. If I want to join this very buy, I will narrow down to my 5-minute time frame. On the 5-minute time frame, right? So on the 5-minute time frame, what am I looking out for? Classic box pattern that we usually use for analysis right here. Shoulder at 1.34764, right? Sweep to the downside. We want to see, we've seen a break to the upside. All we want to wait out for is for price to retrace into 1.34764 on the 5-minute time frame. And once that happens, I am interested in joining the buy of DXY. So my GBP/USD, I beg your pardon, my bias for today on GU is actually a buy, right? And on EUR/USD, the monthly time frame I've seen right here, nothing has really changed from what we've been looking at for the past couple of weeks. We are seeing price breaking further down, and on the weekly time frame too, although on the monthly time frame we've seen a sweep of this very liquidity right here to the upside, and on the weekly time frame also we've seen this break to the upside, right? And fibbing this most recent swing from point A to point B, we can actually say that price tapped into 61.8% level. We saw it hold at this very point, and we're seeing some push to the upside. On daily time frame too, pretty much the same thing. Price retraced into 61.8% fib level, held at this point. There's even a fair value gap right here. Price retraced into this level, held at this point. I'm seeing some push to the upside. Where do I think price wants to trade into? I see price coming to clear out this high right here at 1.15739 on the daily time frame. And narrowing down to the 4-hour time frame, if I will be fibbing this most recent swing from point A to point B right here, right, I can actually say that price kind of tapped into 78.6% fib level, and I'm seeing price holding at that point. On the 1-hour time frame too, pretty much the same thing. Price tapped into 61.8% fib level, and we're seeing price holding up that point to the upside. If I'm going to be joining this very buy on EUR/USD, I can actually spot the box pattern right here. Shoulder, sweep to the downside. We've seen the break to the upside. Price has even returned into this very left shoulder right here, and we're seeing some push to the upside. Although we may see price retracing back into this very level right here, this very other block right here. So if you're not already in this buy, then you could just wait for a retracement, because we always want to buy at discounts and not at premium. So for me, I will be waiting for price to pull back into this very level, 1.3051 on the 5-minute time frame. And once I see price do that, I will be joining the buy for GBP/USD. Please, at this point, if you have questions or a different outlook from what has been analyzed, kindly type in the chat box, and we'll be looking at what you're seeing together. While we're doing that, I'd like to announce that the FX Bootcamp Training Evening Edition takes place from next week, 2nd to the 6th of June 2025. Chat us up on 081 6099 5030, and we will be helping you with the registration. If there are no questions, we will be going on a very brief break, and we will be returning for CJ's analysis on gold and the yen basket. Cheers and God bless.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the market call for today. We'll be continuing with our analysis. All right. So we're moving on with our analysis today, and we'll be looking at gold against the dollar, and then we'll look at the dollar, the yen basket, then GBP USD and Euro US. Good morning to everyone. Good morning, Mr. Shea. Sorry, comments, and then good morning, Mr. Polade. All right. Thank you very much for your comments. So let's dive straight into the analysis for today. Now let's look at gold against the dollar. Now, for gold, we had some analysis that we've just been seeing play out, and it's been smooth so far. So we were looking to see gold trade into this level and trade back up. We did so, and then we're targeting this place right here. Somewhere around here. I think that was on 4-hour time frame. We'll look at that shortly. It was a few pips shy away from that place, and then it sold. Right now, we're expecting to see gold trade all the way to this level right here. So we're expecting some sell-off in gold to trade into this place because we've seen gold achieve a new all-time high. We're expecting it to just relax and then trade within this current range from here to here within the next few months. And then when we see anything that is going to trigger gold to the upside, then we'll be looking for the buys to the upside. If not that, then we'll just be trading it around here. Now, a reference point for this was somewhere around here. When we saw gold create a new all-time high, it continued trading around here. The next period was somewhere around here. When it created a new all-time here, we just saw it trading around here. Then if you see where it traded into 2000 level for the first time, I think the first or second time it traded into 2000. Okay, that was the second, yes. So the first time it traded into 2000 was around here. Then we saw how it was playing around this range for a long time. Traded again into 2000, then you saw this range. So the usual quietness of gold, you see it following normal currency pair trading price action. All right, until we see a reason for fear in the market. When we see fears in the market, then we'll be trading gold to the other direction. Now that everything looks calm at this period, we're expecting to see gold sell further, possibly maybe into this downside, but quietly and gently so. All right, so that's our daily analysis. And then on our 4-hour time frame, we're looking to see gold trade further to the downside, having broken this structure right here. And then it formed the sell structure to the downside. Now we've seen gold go ahead to grab all this liquidity that we're residing here. At this point, we're expecting further sales to the downside. So for me this morning, I'm expecting a sell-off on gold, all right? And where I'm expecting that sell to play out is somewhere here. Okay, so I'm expecting a sell on gold from somewhere around here. I want to see price trade into this place here, and then I'll be selling gold to the downside. Okay, so this is my bias on gold. This is what I'm looking out for on gold this morning. I want to see it sell off from this place here, and then run all the way to the downside. So this is what I'm looking out for on gold. I want to see how that is going to play out. So the moment price trades into this level here, let me call the price point out 3323. 3323. The moment I see gold trading 3323, then I'll be looking to sell it to the downside. Okay, so this is what I'm looking to see on gold. On the 1-hour time frame, you can see that price is inching closer and closer to this price point that we marked. So I want to see what's going to happen around here. The moment price gets here, like I said earlier, I would be looking for my sell. Okay, so this is my analysis on gold. At 3323, I'm looking for a sell. So if we get there, I'll start looking for microstructure, maybe on the 5-minute time frame. I'll be looking for a break of structure, or I'll be looking for a reversal candlestick price action, or candlestick formation rather, on 15 minutes time frame, 1-hour time frame, and the like, so that I will now take my sell to the downside. I'll be looking to sell gold and clear out all this liquidity right here. Okay, so you see that the analysis for gold this morning is very clear. Our top down is indicating for a sell on gold, and then our lower time frame is also showing us readiness for that sell trade on gold. So the moment it gets to our point of interest, we'll be selling it to the downside. Now let's move over to the yen basket. Very interesting days on the yen basket for the past couple of months. I think for like 3 months, it has been very interesting. So for the yen basket, right now we're expecting it to resume its uptrend because we're seeing that all the news are looking very stable, and then economic policies are also looking very stable for Japan. So we're expecting the uptrend to continue. You can see how that has been playing out since the middle of this month, all right? We've been seeing the bullish bias playing out on the yen basket. We expect that to continue into the ending of this month. So we're already at the end of the month. So in like a couple of days, we'll be rounding off May. So we're expecting the yen basket to continue being bullish towards that tail end of the month. So this is my anticipation for the yen basket. I'm expecting just one thing and one thing alone, a buy to the upside. Okay. So this is my outlook on the yen basket. Now let's move over to GBP JPY and Euro JPY. So we'll see possible trades that we can take in that light. Now for GBP JPY, you can see that the price action has been sketchy, but it has been trading to the downside overall. So I expect that to continue in the coming days and coming hours for today. So for GBP JPY, this is what I'm looking out for. So on the 4-hour time frame, we had a clear break of structure right here on GBP JPY. And there was no clear retracement afterwards. So we've seen that retracement right here, and price has retested this previous structure. Right now on GBP JPY, I'm expecting clear sell-off to the downside. So what I'm looking out for right at this moment is entry signature. Now, I've seen that something's played out earlier this morning. So let me show you something. We can look quickly on Forex Factory and then on Forex Live. Sometimes when you see unexpected moves like this on the yen, usually you might not be able to detect the particular news that is causing it. When you see a move like this could be as much as 50 pips. Sometimes it's even over 50 pips. You can see this is 70 pips. All right, 7 pips in just one direction, and then market continued in the original direction. Sometimes when you check news events like today being Thursday, if you look around, you might not see anything relating to the yen. So today being Wednesday, look at 3 from 12 a.m. up to this moment. There is no news on the yen. There's no particular news on the yen. So these kind of things used to happen on the yen when the government is making some policies and they are not announcing it outrightly. Okay, so let's look. You just go through all the news channels. You might not see anything. So I'll advise you in this kind of period, just wait a little while, and then after some time you will see the news coming out. So you should also be looking out for Forex Live. If you trade the yen, look at Forex Live so that you'll be able to get some recaps on what those news release are. Now look at this one, very interesting. For example, BUJ, you heard that is the governor of the Bank of Japan, says the bank on alert to impact of super long yield swings on borrowing costs. So you can read up on that and you see why that spike actually happened. Then BUJ likely to keep cutting bond purchases, says BOFA. So if you read up news like this, you'd find out why the Japanese yen is moving the way it is moving. If you look at other yen assets like Euro JPY, you'd also see that happened around 2 a.m. If you look at USD JPY, you also see around 2 a.m. that move also happened. Sometimes when we're trading the yen pairs in our direction that we've analyzed, we should be looking out for news releases. Sometimes their news are not scheduled. The government can just wake up one day and say they are no longer buying bonds as they've been buying, because it's something that is absurd in normal geopolitics or in normal macroeconomics, that the government is buying its own bond. It happens in China, in Japan, like a day-to-day business, but it's not usual in other parts of the world. So sometimes things like that will just make the currency to strengthen at a point, and then after a while to losing strength. So for this particular news that came out today, they say they are trying to cut bond purchases. So they themselves have been buying the bonds, and then they've been making the bonds cheap for other people to also buy. But right now, they're changing their policies not to reflect that the currency of the country is so weak that the government is buying the bonds. So they're trying to deflect from that policy or that line of reasoning. So we might see that take effect on the yen basket. So for you as a trader, what I'll advise you to do is just take your normal positions as per your analysis. Then when you see news releases like this, just go and read it up and see where the government policy is tilting to. If it's tilting for a stronger yen, then you should be looking to sell off all the yen pairs. If it's tilting towards a weaker yen, then you should be expecting some buys. Right now that we've analyzed that the yen basket should be buying and we're expecting GBP, JPY and the likes to be selling. News like this will just cause a spike, and then afterwards you see the original digest of the news coming out. So I want you all, I wouldn't want to just spoon feed you all the time, but I'm giving you a highlight of what is happening. If you trade the yen pairs, you should go and read up on this news. You can find it on Forex Live. I'll drop the link right now on the Zoom session, and also possibly on YouTube. So I'll dropping the link right away. The link is right there on Zoom, so you can check it out. Then let me add one more link for you guys so you would have concise information you're looking out for. Okay, so this is for those who trade the yen pairs, but if you don't trade the yen pairs, then you can just overlook it. So I'm dropping it right there on Zoom, and then I'm also dropping it on YouTube. So those who are watching on YouTube should be able to see that news. So when you read it up, you would have a clear insight on what is going on the yen, and that is just on the fundamental side. But based on technicals, like we said earlier, we're expecting sell-off on the yen pairs to the downside. So right now, I'm looking for an entry signature on GBP JPY. I'm looking to sell it to the downside. So once I see any entry signature on GBP JPY, I'll be running my sales to the downside. It has not printed yet, so I'm just patiently waiting. Once I see it show up, I'll run this GBP JPY sell to the downside. So for GBP JPY, my outlook is for a sell. I'm just waiting for entry signature to print out, and then I'll take a quick sell to the downside. Okay, now for Euro JPY, I'm also expecting the same thing, but then I would always want to judge between GBP and Euro, which is weaker and which is stronger, and then I'll pair it against the yen. Seeing that the yen is gaining strength at this point, I'm expecting to see a weak GBP right now or a weak Euro. Either of the two, I will now decide which of them I will be taking to the downside. But then sometimes it's also good to take the both trades. If you see the both of them showing you your entry signatures, you can take the two of them and then just divide your risk across board. So if you're willing to risk maybe 1% of your account on this yen play, you can now divide it to 0.5 on GBP JPY, 0.5 on Euro JPY. Or if you're willing to go 2 lots, let's just use 2 standard lots on this trade. You can use 1 lot on GJ, use 1 lot on EJ. So this works if you are able to get good entries on the both of them. Okay, so for Euro JPY, we're looking to see some sell-offs to the downside. Same thing for GBP JPY. If I see entry signatures, I'll be taking my sell of these two to the downside. Also for USD JPY, I'm looking to sell. So I just want to see a quick retracement. I missed the first entry on Euro JPY. This would have been a very good place to enter right here. Let me show you on 15 minutes time frame. So you can see at this point where we had this bearish engulfing right here, it would have been a good place to enter Euro JPY with stop loss around here. So my outlook on this guy is for a clear sell. So I'm looking for another entry on Euro JPY because I would not want to have a wide stop loss like this. Okay, this is even decent. It's not even as much as 50. I was thinking it's up to 50 pips. So this is about 30 pips. So you can look for an entry or look for a cheaper entry with a tighter stop loss for Euro JPY and GBP JPY. If you're trading this pairs, usually I like to use a stop loss of about 20 to 30 pips, and then I'll trade it to the downside. So this is my overall analysis. I'm expecting Euro JPY, GBP JPY, and USD JPY to sell off. What I'm waiting for right now is my entry. Once I see my entry signature, I'll be trading them to the downside because I strongly believe that at this point, they are all ripe for a sell-off. Okay, so this is my outlook on this pairs. Also for gold, like I told you earlier on, we're looking for sell-off on gold to play out today. So when that happens, we'll be taking our quick sell. Gold is almost at our entry. So when we see that our entry, will be taking our sell. So very soon we'll be taking a gold sell. So I'll keep you up to date on the Telegram group. So I'll send a picture of this to the Telegram group so that when it plays out, we'll be able, all of us are going to be able to take advantage of it. Okay. So this is what we have for you today on our market color. And we hope you are able to take advantage of all that we've shared so far and make possible gains from each and every one of the analysis we've shared with you all so far. So once again, we're letting you know that we're coming up with the FX bootcamp, and this time around we're going to be having evening classes. This is especially for those who have very busy day schedules. You will be able to take advantage. You should be able to take advantage of this. All right. So make sure that you're signed up if you're not, and get a very good training experience with us during this period of the FX bootcamp. Training starts on Monday. So if you've not registered, make sure that you register today. If you want to register, send us a message on WhatsApp on 081 60 99 50 30, and we'll be sure to guide you through. Okay, so that will be all for now. Until we meet again during the New York market color, wish you good luck and good trading. Cheers and God bless, guys.